Welcome. We've got some thrilling Arsenal news lined up for you, so stay tuned until the end to catch all the latest updates. And don't forget to leave 300 likes to keep us motivated in bringing you the latest Arsenal updates. Arsenal poised for Premier League glory, says expert. Shay Given, a former Premier League goalkeeper, has boldly predicted that this could finally be Arsenal's season to clinch the Premier League title. Speaking on the BBC, Given praised the Gunners' well-executed summer transfer window, which has bolstered their squad with remarkable depth and quality. With two top-class options for nearly every position, Arsenal are widely regarded as genuine contenders for the crown. Despite missing key players like Bukayo Saka, Kai Havertz, William Saliba, Gabriel Jesus, and Martin Degaard in recent matches, the team's resilience and balance have shone through, showcasing the strongest squad Mikel Arteta has ever managed. Given's confidence in Arsenal reflects a growing belief that the North London club are better equipped than ever to mount a serious title challenge. Arteta's side have started the season with consistency and grit, but the pressure is mounting to translate progress into silverware, with their last major trophy being the 2020 FA Cup. This is their chance to win the Premier League, Given declared, urging Arteta and his players to seize the moment and keep the squad fit. With a blend of seasoned internationals and exciting young talents, Arsenal appear ready to end their long wait for a league title, much to the delight of their passionate supporters. Peter Crouch speaks out on Zubimendi's stellar display signals Arsenal's midfield mastery in 3-0 rout of Nottingham Forest. Arsenal's commanding 3-0 victory over Nottingham Forest at the Emirates was a proper showcase, not just for the scoreline but for the standout performance of Martin Zubimendi. The Spaniard, signed from Real Sociedad, bagged a brace that sent a clear message. Arsenal's midfield has evolved into a formidable force, and even tabletoppers Liverpool might find themselves in for a right scrap. The night was brimming with positives for the Gunners. Victor Gyökeres chipped in with a goal, and the backline held firm for a textbook clean sheet. Yet, the real story was Zubimendi, who stepped up brilliantly when Martin Degaard was forced off early with a shoulder injury. Rather than letting the side wobble, Zubimendi took charge, dictating the tempo with composure and adding a surprising attacking edge. His two goals underlined that he's not just a holding midfielder but a player with bags of potential. Zubimendi's first goal came from a half-cleared corner, the sort of chance that often goes begging when defenders push up. Not for him, though. Stationed just outside the box, he met the dropping ball with a cracking controlled volley that flew into the net, sending the Emirates into raptures. It wasn't just the technique, it was the sheer bottle to take it on. His second, in the second half, showed his knack for popping up in the right place. Arriving late in the box, he guided a pinpoint header past the keeper, proving his goals were no fluke but born of intent and confidence. Victor Gyökeres, who slotted home Arsenal's second goal between Zubimendi's strikes, had a laugh post-match, saying, "I've never seen Zubimendi do that in training." A bit of banter, sure, but it captured the surprise even among his teammates at his attacking flair. Beyond the goals, Zubimendi was class, keeping the game ticking over, pressing smartly, and shielding his mates. It's the kind of display that shows he's already got the measure of the Premier League. Pundit Peter Crouch was full of praise for Arsenal's midfield, saying, "Zubimendi and Merino are very technical footballers. Even with rotation, Arsenal's midfield looks so comfortable." His words highlighted how Zubimendi seamlessly filled Degaard's boots, becoming a central figure in the win. It's high praise when a player like him isn't just a supporting act but the talk of the match. The summer chatter about how Mikel Arteta would juggle Declan Rice, Mikel Merino, Degaard, and Zubimendi has been put to bed. Zubimendi proved he's no mere squad player but a vital cog. He linked up effortlessly with Eberechi Eze in the middle and covered for Noni Maduke's forward runs. "You can see new partnerships forming on the pitch," Arteta told BBC Sport, chuffed with how his squad is gelling. Martin Keown called Arsenal's display a proper frightening performance, pointing to how Zubimendi and Eze shone despite missing key players. It's a sign of Arsenal's growing depth and versatility. The challenge now is consistency. Zubimendi needs to keep this up to cement his place as a game-changer. This felt like a turning point, though, moving him from a safe pair of hands to a genuine spark. With Liverpool setting a relentless pace at the top, Zubimendi's performance is a warning shot to rivals. Arsenal aren't just relying on their forwards like Gyökeres or Maduke anymore. Now they've got midfielders popping up with goals from nowhere. If defenders have to watch for late runs from a supposed defensive midfielder, the Gunners become a nightmare to contain. Zubimendi was brought in for balance and control, but against Forest, he delivered something extra, a proper attacking threat. His brace, paired with his nous and discipline, shows he's more than just a steady hand. For Arteta, it's another sign his side is maturing in depth and character. For Liverpool and the rest of the title chasers, it's one more reason to keep an eye on Arsenal. Arsenal demonstrate their class with a resounding victory over Postecoglou's Nottingham Forest. New signings shine on the scoresheet as the Gunners flex their strength. The most significant takeaway from Arsenal's commanding triumph over Nottingham Forest was witnessing the Gunners dismantle a top-8 side without key players William Saliba and Bukayo Saka. Martin Zubimendi suffered an early injury setback, while Declan Rice began the match on the bench after a grueling international break with England. Kai Havertz, too, remained sidelined. Last season, Arsenal leaned heavily on a robust starting 11 with limited depth, but this Saturday, the fruits of their delayed transfer window investments were evident. The absence of star players no longer sparked panic. In fact, in the cases of Zubimendi and Havertz, there's a growing sense that their understudies might soon be pushing for starting spots out of merit rather than necessity. This was a match where the result felt inevitable from the outset, with no new manager bounce for the visitors. Ange Postecoglou, formerly of Tottenham, cut a bewildered figure on the touchline as his new side could have conceded twice as many goals had Arsenal truly pressed their advantage. It was the new recruits who sealed the victory. Martin Zubimendi, quietly proving why he was coveted by Liverpool and pursued by Mikel Arteta before his summer move from Real Sociedad, showcased his value. His composure on the ball has been a vital addition, but few among his new fanbase expected the curling volley he unleashed from the edge of the box to ripple the net. Arsenal looked menacing throughout the opening half-hour, with Noni Madueke and Eberechi proving effective on the flanks and Victor Gyökeres tearing through the opposition defence. However, it was Zubimendi's deflected strike that broke Forest's stubborn resistance, effectively killing off their challenge. He brings us so much: his presence, his authority on the pitch, the way he links up with others, and his calmness, Arteta remarked. If he starts adding assists and goals like this, that's another dimension to his game. The contest was all but decided before some fans had returned from their half-time pie. Darted down the left and whipped in a pinpoint cross to Gyökeres, who tapped in a classic poacher's goal, the kind Arsenal have lacked for at least 2 seasons. From there, it was a question of how many more they'd score. At the other end, Chris Wood nearly nicked a bizarre goal when the ball ricocheted off his chest and struck the bar, but Arsenal's defensive unit, bolstered by Christian Mosquera stepping in admirably for Saliba, held firm. Mosquera, a towering centre-back, looks another shrewd acquisition, though tougher tests await to truly gauge his quality. When Leandro Trossard and Gabriel Martinelli entered as substitutes, it felt like a nostalgic reunion of 2 old hands. Trossard, in particular, was eager to prove he deserves a place in Arteta's evolving plans, displaying boundless energy. He delivered a precise cross that Zubimendi, the 26-year-old Spaniard, headed past Matt Sales for Arsenal's 3rd and final goal. Not the tallest in the division, Zubimendi's ability to outjump Forest's backline highlighted the defensive frailties Postecoglou must address in his 2nd Premier League stint. As Forest donned their white away kit, the Emirates echoed with chants of "Are you Tottenham in disguise?" a nod to Postecoglou's Spurs side that slumped to 17th last season. With Arsenal atop the table at least until others play, Arteta was inevitably quizzed on how far his side can go this season and whether they've elevated beyond their recent runner-up finishes. "It's not about what we say or what we want to do, it's about doing it," he said. "There's still plenty to improve, to score more goals, to dominate certain phases of games, and to take it match by match." With the Champions League looming, he added with a grin, "I'm now preparing to win in Bilbao, which will be fantastic. I hope you all go. It's one of the best places to visit, in northern Spain, where I'm from. You'll love it, folks, and the stadium atmosphere is incredible for football." Thanks for watching Arsenal Time. If you enjoyed this content, don't forget to like, share, and leave a comment below. Continue following the Gunners' journey with us, and see you in the next video. Come on, you Gunners!